If you are creating content on YouTube or Instagram to get clients, then in this video I'm going to show the exact 8-step ecosystem we use to turn organic views into high-ticket sales goals with no ads or complex text setups, with a recurring funnel that fills out your coaching spots over and over again. And this works because we've scaled our clients, like for example Drew, from 0 to 75K a month purely on organic traffic he got from YouTube. By just having a system like this that captures your viewers, educates them, and then having an automation that takes everyone who doesn't buy and automatically recycles them back into the system for the next cohort. Meaning one YouTube video doesn't just generate leads today, it generates leads for the next 6 months. And I'm going to show the pages, the emails, and the entire logic of this funnel so you know exactly how to implement it for yourself. So if you're tired of posting content that doesn't bring in paying clients, grab a pen, like literally grab a pen and prepare to take notes, and let me show you how to build this system. See, the problem with most organic funnels is that they either just direct people to a VSL page, and sure, it works, but it doesn't have the highest conversion rates unless your VSL is an absolute masterpiece, you have a really good headline, and you have a really dialed in and irresistible offer. The real problem here is that your viewers are most likely not in a state where they want to buy your program right off the bat because they just discovered it, right? You told them to, like, they watched the YouTube video, they told them to go to the VSL page and buy a program. That's really not going to have the best conversions. And if you just send them from your YouTube videos to the VSL page asking them to book a call with you, you'll get about 3% of your audience who are solution aware to book a call with you. But what about the other 97%, right? They're not going to end up buying. They're not going to end up booking call. And what do you do with them? And what we do, and this works really well, is build a recurring funnel that on top of it converting really well, it also gives your brand a premium and exclusive feel so you can charge higher prices. So let me show you how this recurring funnel works and like go with the exact 8 steps we use to make this work really, really well. So let's start here. So first of all, this is some sort of like waitlist launch. So you have a coaching offer and you have some sort of waitlist. You build a waitlist. So you have a traffic from YouTube, for example, 10K views, 15K views, 150K. It doesn't really matter what you're doing. We have a client that is getting like 1 to 3K views per YouTube video and has still generated like 5,600 leads that applied for this. So that's a lot. And then you have the waitlist page. It's an opt-in. So basically you have the headline, where you tell them exactly what this will be. Apply to join our waitlist to achieve XYZ results, even if you tried these common solutions before and they didn't work for you. And then you have our really high friction form. And the reason you want to have a high friction form is because our client, for example, this is from a client of ours, didn't want to waste time on sales calls with people who were never going to buy his program either way. So we made this very high friction, so it's hard to actually apply for it. So less people do it, but the people who actually go ahead and do it, they're more qualified. And then you have like the Slack team, like Slack notification that set up with the contact details so you can reach out to them via phone or by email personally. And then once they opt in, you want to take them to the thank you page, right? And this is important because most coaches, right, they have this form, people fill it out, and then on the form itself, like on the page itself, it says just like, thank you for applying, we'll get back to you. And it leaves a prospect with no like direction on what they're supposed to do next, like what happens now, they don't know. And it's not clear. So have a thank you page after they apply, like they submit the form. And basically all you do is congratulate them on joining, tell them what they should do now, and tease what's coming. Right? Teach them what this is going to do for them. Then, and this is like probably the most important step in this entire ecosystem, is the waitlist sequence, because this is what builds the anticipation, which is the most powerful thing you can do for this type of conversion mechanism. And the waitlist sequence, it basically goes like this. So email 1, you welcome them to the waitlist, you prepare them, you tell them exactly what to expect and what will happen next. Email 2 is the weekly shift, right? You tell them why everything else has failed, what makes you different, and you install the big idea, your unique mechanism, how you do things, and why this works when everything else hasn't worked. Email 3 is the founder story to build credibility so that they trust, like, and know you, so that they can actually buy from you, because people don't buy unless they actually like, know, and trust you. Email 4 is, again, installing the big idea while giving value, like proof of concept that this actually works and this is true. And it works in today's market. Email 5, case study, again, just proving that this big idea works, this method really well, your program, your coaching, whatever it is, really works. Email 6, you tell them what is inside, but not the future, like the modules, but more so the clear path, right? So tell them exactly how the program gets them from point A to point B. And then you have email 7 where you say like, well, I'm so excited for this, I'm going to launch this soon, blah, blah, blah. And you tease them even more, like you create hype for this, because this is the period where you want to stay top of mind and create hype for your offer so that when you actually open up the doors, the sales will flow. Right, and then email 8, you tell them, I'll open the spot tomorrow, and then you give them a specific time or date or whatever, right? So they're prepared for it. And the way this waitlist sequence works, like imagine that you're planting a seed in their mind, right? So they applied for it, they were qualified enough so that they actually joined the waitlist, and then you want to plant a seed in their mind. And day by day by day, from here to actually launch, you want to water that seed. Like you put water in, and eventually, when you open the doors, you want that seed to have turned into a pretty flower that is ready to book a call with you. Right, that's the angle of this waitlist sequence. It's super powerful. Like this is probably the most important. Like as I said, this is the most important part of this entire recurring funnel. And then you have the sales sequence, obviously. You have the private launch email for this type of offer for the waitlist. And basically, what you want to do here is email one, you tell them there's an email two, it's the story selling email. Email three, this is an email I invented, which like literally you can handle every single limiting beliefs and objection in one email with like 300 words max. Like every objection you can think of, you can handle it in this email. I invented this email, so it's really good. It was really well. Email four, you tell them what they get. Again, not the features, not the modules, but the benefits. Email 5, objection. Email 6, you can either tell them X spots are already taken, if many spots are taken, or it can be, instead of like X spots are taken, you tell them only X days are left until we open this to the public. So if you want your spot, secure it now, right? And then you also have the public launch sequence, but this one, it is the same structure, right? But you have to make it more credibility focused, because these people have already been nurtured and you have created hype and you've told them and you've educated them. These people, they don't know about the offer, right? You just launched it. Oops. You just launched it, right? So you have to build credibility about the founder, about you as the coach, and you have to tell them exactly what they're gonna, who you are, what you've done, why you're credible enough, and like why you can actually help them, how you can help them, what is your experience, what is your background, right? And establish that kind of trust. Then step 5, take them to the VSL page, give that a nice headline, have the optimized VSL, have a book call. And then step 6, booking form. And this is important because you want to make it a multi-step form so that there's less friction. You can get more submissions from the same exact traffic, because you take advantage of the commitment and consistency buys in people, right? So the way you do this is you start with a very simple question. Like if you're a fitness coach, for example, you'd be like, are you currently looking to lose weight? Yes, no, I'm looking to start. And the first question doesn't really matter, but should just be easy to answer, because once they answer, you take advantage of a psychological phenomenon where once they answer, their brain now craves to finish this form. So that's when you can ask for their name, their phone number, their email, and like all of the remaining qualifying questions you need to see if they are a qualified lead or not for you. Right? And since they already started this process, their brain now craves to finish it. So you get more submissions from the same amount. Right? Like imagine most coaches like do it like this, where they have like the form, and then the form has like a lot of fucking questions like this, right? And they would be like, they look at it and it looks like a lot of work. So their brain automatically says, "No, I'm not doing this right now. I don't have time." With this, it doesn't have that belief or like that roadblock. And then they book a call only if they're qualified and they answer right on the questions. Then step 7, you redirect them to the backend system. So you redirect them to the thank you page, which basically covers exactly what this one covers, right? You congratulate them on booking the call, you tell them what's going to happen next, you tease what's coming, right? And the important differentiation here is that you sell the call, right? You don't sell the offer, you sell them on showing up to the call, because you want them to show up and you want to minimize no shows. And the way this backend indoctrination system works is that you have this email sequence, right, which is distributed from the moment they book to the moment that the call takes place, because usually it is a 3 to 5 day gap between the book call and when the call actually takes place. And in that gap, there's a lot of silence, there's a lot of doubt in your prospects. You want to manage that time, because there's a mental war going inside of their head. And if the only thing you send is like a Calendly invitation, like a reminder 24 hours before and 1 hour before, you are letting that void take over their mind and occupy them, so they show up to the call with like a million questions, like you have to pull their teeth to get any information out. But instead, if you have this backend indoctrination system where you have emails that drip feed and like educate them on your process, handle self-limiting beliefs, pre-handle objections, educate them on your offer, tell them exactly why this void shows proof of concept, you will eliminate all of their objection, all of their questions, so they show up to the call ready to buy. And the way you do it is that you have these emails, right? And then you have these breakout videos. Like you have 4 different categories: case studies and testimonial playlists. You have education videos that go over the process, the beliefs, like you give them beliefs and insights into your world and your world view, so that their values align with yours and their beliefs align with yours. And then you have 1 to 2 minute FAQ and objection handling videos that look like something like this. For example, the thank you page, and then you have the FAQs of you going over the commonly asked questions and answer them in a video format, right? And then, of course, the most important breakout video, I think, it's the mechanism explaining, because you tell them exactly what they get, you give them the assets, you give them the videos, and then you tell them your unique mechanism, your unique positioning, why this works, right? And this is really powerful in telling them on your method, so they don't show up to the call asking them a question, but they're like, okay, this makes sense because of the unique mechanism, so therefore it must work for me, even though everything else has failed. But this works because of XYZ, right? And then, you take the sales code, that's step 8, you take the sales code. It's how we help the minor scale to 105K a month. It's how we help Jack scale from 10 to 30K a month. And it's how we help Drew scale from 0 to 75K a month with organic content. And I think these ones are with paid ads, but Drew was purely organic traffic, right? And now the secret step that makes this a recurring funnel, meaning that this is automatically, and you fill out all of your coaching spots automatically, it's this sequence right here, right? And the way this works is that once your spots are full, right, most people do nothing, or they're just like, oh, spots are full, thank you for time, maybe you'll get it next time. What we do is a bit different. We announce that spots are full, yes, but we send them a series of like a sequence of emails. So you missed this course, but you can join the waitlist. Here's what you missed out on. Join the waitlist for early access. And then email 3, why most people don't take action. Again, you handle objections, you handle existing roadblocks or like self-limiting beliefs. And then email 4, he almost didn't join. Like she almost didn't join, but she did, and now here she is. You know, you want to make them have some kind of FOMO, fear of missing out. Then email 5, where will you be in 6 months? You use this like different scenarios. Like you have person A who never is going to take action, is going to stay stuck in this exact same place. And then you have person B who actually took action, booked the call, whatever, and then they got XYZ results, right? So some sort of like case study, but without a different angle. Email 6, you know, you'll be like, I'll let you know first. And since these people have already gone through the launch, they know what it is, they've checked, they probably clicked on your link, they probably watched a bit of the VSL, but they weren't convinced that this is the right fit for them, like they didn't understand the offer, whatever. It means that you want to make this frictionless for them to join the waitlist. So all they have to do is click the link in the emails here, and there's no opt-in required because you have them inside your email list. So once they click, you tag them in your email software. And once that happens, once they click, you just redirect them to the thank you page again. You know, the thank you page, just give them the next steps, whatever. You make it slightly different because this is for people who didn't join before, even though they went through the launch, right? And then you have the waitlist sequence again. And this is another type of waitlist sequence, which is going to focus on the people on the previous cohort, right? So email 1 is your end, you know, you're on the waitlist. Email 2 is the value email, right? Because these people didn't book because they didn't see the value, like they didn't think that you could deliver. So you want to give them value, you want to shift their beliefs, you want to give them some really good insights. Then email 3, the questions I get asked most, you answer those. You, again, breaking self-limiting beliefs, breaking objections, you know, all of that. Email 4 is a student spotlight. So again, you want them to understand that the people who took action and actually joined the last cohort are getting results right now. Like the spot's closed, but you might have a few students who already got results, and you want to highlight them into this sequence. Email 5, you tell them we're opening more spots soon to create excitement, to create anticipation, to create hype around your offer. Maybe use some bullets, you know, to make it more better, like more intriguing. Email 6, whatever someone told me, some little story. Email 7, new cohort opening soon, and you prime them for actually joining the whale. And then you have the new spots open sales sequence. Again, email 1, really simple, new spot just drop, and then you have bullets, which are like a sentence long, like one sentence that is super intriguing, and then you have those bullets around that about the offer. Email 2 is remember when you joined the waitlist. Email 3, case study. Email 4, are you going to sit on the silence again, making them feel like that kind of regret for not moving forward. Email 5, tease the offer. And email 6, ROI focused email. And the reason I say ROI focused email is because these people have already went through the launch, right? That's what I told you. They have already went through the launch, but they didn't see the value of booking the call. They didn't see it. They didn't feel like this would be valuable to them, so they didn't do it. So you want this signal, you want it to focus on ROI, right? And that will essentially get them to book the call. And this is what makes this funnel recurring. So like once the lead is here, they are bound to like go through this process until they actually become a paying client. That's the only way they'll exit it, this like life of circle, whatever you want to call it. So that's it. That is how this recurring funnel works. And I hope you found this value. So if you're a coach who wants 10 to 15 paying coaching clients on your next cohort, and you want to keep your spots full every single time with this recurring funnel, there's a link in the description where you can book a call with me, and we can have a quick chat whether this conversion mechanism will work best for you, or if another approach will work better. Like this is a completely done for you service. And contrary to what you might think when you click the link below, because I just told you about this, and I'm not actually doing this for my own offer, I want you to remember that this isn't a coaching offer, right? I'm not going to coach you. This is a done for you service that gets you a very specific outcome, right? So click the link in the description if you want help with implementing this into your own business, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.